The moment your paycheck hits your bank account, you have exactly 15 seconds before your brain starts making terrible financial decisions. I am not kidding. 15 seconds is all it takes for most people to mentally spend money they have not even seen yet. Your brain starts calculating how much you can blow on that new gadget, how many times you can order takeout this month, or whether you can finally afford those shoes that have been sitting in your online shopping cart since last Tuesday. But what if I told you that those same 15 seconds could be the difference between staying broke forever and actually building real wealth? In the current economy of 2025, the stakes have never been higher. With credit card interest rates hitting record highs of 24%, every mistake you make is being taxed by a system designed to keep you in debt. What if there was a simple, bulletproof routine you could follow every single time you get paid that would automatically put you ahead of 90% of people financially? My name is Nick, and I have spent years helping people figure out what to do with their money the moment it shows up in their accounts. If you are tired of wondering where all your cash goes every month and you actually want to build something meaningful with your income, you are in the right place. Here is something that might shock you. The average person has no clue what happens to their money after they get paid. They know their rent gets paid somehow, food appears in their kitchen, and their streaming subscriptions magically renew themselves. But beyond that, it is complete financial chaos. They are basically financial sleepwalkers stumbling through life, wondering why they never have anything left over at the end of the month. The reality is that most people treat their paycheck like a surprise birthday gift instead of treating it like the powerful wealth-building tool it actually is. They get excited when it arrives, spend most of it on random stuff they probably do not need, and then spend the next 2 weeks eating cereal for dinner and checking their bank balance obsessively. But successful people do something completely different. They have a system. They have a routine. And that routine starts the moment their paycheck arrives. It is not complicated. It is not flashy. And it definitely will not get you a million followers on social media. But it works. And it works so well that once you start doing it, you will wonder how you ever manage your money any other way. The secret is understanding that your paycheck is not just money you earned. It is your future financial freedom chopped up into monthly installments. Every dollar that comes into your account is a tiny building block that can either contribute to your wealth or disappear into the black hole of mindless spending. Most people approach their finances backwards. They pay all their bills, buy whatever they want, and then try to save whatever is left over. Spoiler alert, there is never anything left over. It is like trying to fill a bucket with a giant hole in the bottom and wondering why you cannot hold any water. The people who actually build wealth flip this entire process on its head. They pay themselves first, allocate every dollar with intention, and make their money work as hard as they do to earn it. They understand that financial success is not about making more money, although that certainly helps. It is about having a system that works regardless of how much you earn. In 2025, life's inflation and rising costs are your biggest enemies. If you make $60,000 a year and you save and invest 10% of it consistently, you are going to be in better financial shape than someone who makes $100,000 a year but spends every penny they earn. The person making less money but following a system will retire comfortably, while the higher earner will be working until they are 80 because they never learned how to manage what they had. This brings us to the foundation of everything we are going to talk about today. Before you can build wealth, you need to know exactly where your money's going. And I mean exactly. The first step in our paycheck routine is covered by minimum debt payments. This is the non-negotiable floor of your financial house. Missing a single payment on a credit card or a loan in 2025 can drop your credit score by 50 points instantly. That lower score then costs you thousands of dollars in higher interest rates for the next decade. Think of your credit score as your financial reputation. Protect it at all costs. Every month, before you buy a single cup of coffee, ensure every minimum payment is scheduled. The second destination is your necessities. This is where the 50% rule comes into play. In an era of high inflation, people often confuse wants with needs. True necessities are housing, basic utilities, food that keeps you alive, and essential transportation. Notice I did not include your premium cable package or your high-end gym membership. If you are spending more than 50% of your take-home pay on these basics, you are not living, you are just surviving. You might need to make some uncomfortable choices to bring this percentage down, but your future self will thank you for the breathing room. Now let's talk about the third and most important emotional step, building an emergency fund. In 2025, a sudden car repair or a medical bill is no longer a minor inconvenience. It is a financial crisis. The average car repair now exceeds $600. If you do not have at least $1,000 tucked away in a boring savings account, you are one bad Tuesday away from falling back into the debt trap. This $1,000 is your anchor. It allows you to stay calm when life gets chaotic. Once you have that $1,000 anchor, you graduate from survival mode to wealth building mode. Step 4 is where the real magic begins, capturing your employer match. If your company offers a 401k match and you are not taking it, you are literally giving yourself a pay cut. Show me another investment in the world that guarantees a 100% return on day one. You cannot. This is free money that most people leave on the table because they do not understand the math. Aim to contribute at least enough to get every single dollar your employer is willing to give you. Now that the free money is secured, it is time to tackle Step 5, high-interest debt elimination. I am talking about credit cards with 20% interest or higher. These are financial vampires sucking the life out of your future. You have two ways to kill them. The avalanche method, where you pay off the highest interest rate first to save the most money, or the snowball method, where you pay off the smallest balance first to get a quick win. In 2025, I recommend the avalanche method because those 24% interest rates are just too dangerous to leave alone for long. Pick one method and be ruthless. Stop using the cards. Cut them up if you have to. You cannot get out of a hole while you are still digging. Step 6 is the secret weapon of the middle class, the Roth IRA. For 2025, the IRS allows you to contribute $7,000 into this account. The reason this is a miracle is because that money grows completely tax-free forever. If you invest $500 a month starting at age 25, you could retire with nearly $2 million, and the government cannot touch a single cent of that growth. It is like planting a forest today and never having to share the fruit with anyone else for the rest of your life. Finally, Step 7 is taxable investing. This is for the money that remains after you have covered your bases. This is where you buy the world. A simple index fund that tracks the S&P 500 allows you to own pieces of the 500 largest companies in America. Over the long term, this is how real wealth is created while you sleep. But here's the most important part of this entire 12-minute strategy. None of this works if you have to remember to do it. Willpower is a finite resource. By Thursday afternoon, when you are tired from work, your willpower is gone. This is why you must automate everything. Set your bank to move the money the very next day after your paycheck arrives. If the money moves before you can see it, you will never miss it. You are removing the human emotion from the equation entirely. Your money will go to your savings, your debt, and your investments like clockwork, whether you are having a great day or a terrible one. Wealth is not about being lucky or being a genius. Wealth is about having a boring, consistent system that you follow every single time you get paid. Start this routine today, not next month, not when you get a raise, but right now. In 5 years, you will look back and realize that those 15 seconds of decision-making were the most valuable moments of your life. Thank you for watching, and remember to subscribe if you want to keep building your financial fortress.